watching Today in Nashville. I'm Kelly Sutton. That's Carole Sullivan. We're at home doing TV. It's 2020. This is how you do TV now.
Yeah, we do. You know what? I do like all the things. I've been watching lots of the Today Show, specifically like the third hour when they're all having their chats with each other and getting on the real, which I like. I enjoy it. So, that's what it's got to be. I'm in.
I enjoy it too.
Guess what we're learning today from Liquor Lab? The
What?
Margarita. Tommy Margarita. It is a spicy jalapeno margarita because you know what season it is.
Margarita season.
Yes. So got a fun recipe on the show coming up.
I like that. Well, one of the fun things about working from home really is optional attire. So I just want to let you know I have on my flip-flops today. So it's only the finest footwear. These are my old, and isn't that interesting? How is it that you can find one pair of flip-flops that are your favorites and then you can never find them again? And you can search and look. Do you have a pair? Like, these are my go-to, and I know they're 4 years old at least.
Right. So this is something else. I actually don't have a lot of shoes. The shoes that I have, I tend to really like, but I wear them way too long. I think it was last summer where I said, okay, I have got to say goodbye to these sandals. They just need to leave. There's too much life that's been put into those soles. You know what I'm saying? So I just couldn't find the same pair to replace it with, which I think is probably good. Because you know what happens as you get older and you just keep doing the same pair of things that you like over and over again?
Turn into your mother?
It's just, let's just say, I think change is okay. So I have to say to myself, I love these, and it's okay that I can't find them ever again, because maybe this new thing will be better and I'll like it. But it does take a while to find it. I think it's all right to not.
I just had a flashback of you telling me about your mom and how everything that she loves has been discontinued. Her favorite kind of lipstick, her favorite hairspray, like all the things that she loves. She's like, well, they don't make it anymore.
That's the line. All the day. There's not one visit that happens where you hear, they don't make those anymore. I mean, it could be diapers. She'd be like, they don't make them anymore. I'm like, no, I mean, they do. It's just like they're, better.
They're different, Mom. They're different. Speaking of buying things, you were telling me that you do have a massive return pile. I have 3 things that I need to return that I've already hit the button and started the return process, but I haven't followed through.
Follow through, you mean going out into the world and going to whatever postal facility it requires. Like some you can do mail. Some for mine are USPS. Others are UPS. And then I got one that really threw me for a zinger, FedEx. And which is great, except for the FedEx store near me has like limited hours, or there's something, I don't know. I got to figure it out. I'm sure there's an easier way to do it, but I've purchased all the different, my kids are growing and they need new swimsuits, but I'm guessing on the sizes. So I've kind of got this pile that embarrassingly, my plan is just one item for each kid, but it took quite a few items to find the one item. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I do. And I'm so glad that we're having this discussion, because I think it's time that we as moms kind of just put this out there. I think this is a poll question maybe, or maybe it's just us putting it out there in solidarity with other mothers. Swimsuit sizes for me and also for my child. You always size up. You always size up. You always get the next biggest size. That is across the board. I learned that when I was younger. So we were in the same situation and we were looking at swimsuits for Reese, and Paul pulled the trigger and he said, I got this size. And I said, no. You need to get the next size up. And he said, no, according to the chart, the size chart. And I said, size charts are out the window. When it comes to swimsuits, no, nothing makes sense in the world of swimwear. And so sure enough, too small, and all of them have to go back because we needed the next size up. But here's the trick, Carol, and here's where I think I can help you out today. If you got them through Amazon, you can return anything at Kohl's. You can go to Kohl's and return anything that you bought at Amazon at Kohl's. They have a part in the back of the store. You walk in, you say, I have an Amazon return. You walk it up to the people. They will take it, process it for you, and they give you a 25% off coupon to use in the store.
Why? What is Cole's connection to Amazon? I'm so confused. It's like you just flip-flop the universe for me.
I don't know why or how it got started, but at some point Kohl's reached out to Amazon and decided to be the Amazon return center. And so that's where I take all my stuff now. I just go to and again, you're going into a store. So if you're closer to the UPS store or, the post office, it might be easier. But if you just have, like, since you have so many places, go back through your return process on there and see if it says you can return it at Kohl's, and then you print off the labels and you just take all of it and hand it to the lady and she does it all.
Wow. That's amazing. I didn't realize that. That might be a similar thing with Whole Foods, but both places I never go to. So, but I got to do something. Because you know why, Kelly? Because that's just money. That's just, the money, I threw it out there and now the money needs to come back.
Here to help you with all the things. That's what we do.
I love that so much. All right, what else is going on over there? Is Reese doing her lessons virtually? Are you happy with the virtual thing?
She's doing her lessons virtually. We're hanging out. I'm trying to come up with things to keep her interested and learning, or at least reading. I mean, it's been kind of crazy. You just look at it and you're like, what? I will say I was trying to get her really interested in SpaceX when they shot the rocket. I was like, oh, look at this. This is really cool. I think I was way more interested in it than she was. But I kind of went into a spiral. You know how you start looking and you're like, oh, they're doing this and this and this and this. So the suits that the astronauts were wearing, I don't know if you saw them, but they do not look like a regular old astronaut white puffy suit, right? They're kind of sleek and tailored. And it turns out that Elon Musk worked on these suits for 3 or 4 years, and he was looking at superhero suits. So like Batman and some of the other superhero comics, he was looking at the suits, and he also was looking at menswear, like tuxedos and how they were cut. And that's what he based it off of. Isn't that crazy?
It's crazy. I don't know, if I were going into space and I had the opportunity with zero gravity and all that, do I want something fitted? I feel like I just want to be like,
right. And I'm sure there's
out.
Each one was specifically fitted for each astronaut. So I don't know. And I'm sure that they have like a G pressure suit inside. I remember talking to the Blue Angels.
G pressure? What are you, NASA?
So, well, it squeezes their body parts to keep the blood pressure in their head so they don't pass out. That's the G suit. Whenever they're pulling so many Gs, it's a pressurized suit. So it keeps pressure on certain parts of their body so they don't pass out. So I'm sure that that's part of it somewhere.
That's like, this is super lesson from Kelly. The G suit?
I did.
They're pulling Gs?
They're pulling Gs. When the coolest thing I've ever done in my entire career, I flew with the Blue Angels. It was in the 90s, I forgot. But you had to go through these whole lessons and you had to learn how to hook, which is like squeezing all of your muscles to keep from passing out, because they do not wear G suits. And they talked about how their conditioning has to keep their body so that they won't pass out while they're flying, an FA-18 Hornet at who knows how fast. So yeah, I really got interested after that. After doing that, I was like, oh, this is fascinating. So.
Oh, that's cool. Well, same thing with the takeoff. There was interest here as well. And we've watched the movie Hidden Figures quite a few times. It's a great movie if you're looking for something to watch with the family. It's a great movie. And then my dad suggested if the kids were interested, The Right Stuff. Another great movie. But my kids point out to me that every time we talk about movie night, I'm almost always going to like my childhood, which is a long time ago. But I don't feel like it's that long ago. They go, oh, you always pull out the old movies.
What's one that you've shown them that you, in your head, felt like it was real family friendly and they were gonna love it, and then when you started to watch it, you were like, ah, ooh, ew, didn't realize that there was so much language or innuendo or whatever.
Okay. I knew it was going to be bad, but I just went with it. Caddyshack. So that didn't go over well. Of course. So,
Classic.
so here's me. I'm the youngest of three kids. I had two older brothers who were quite a few years older than I was. So my favorite childhood movies, and I mean like young, was Blues Brothers, Stripes, Caddyshack, all the classics. I'm sure if I
Right.
put in Three Amigos, there's probably so many sexual innuendos.
So that's your movie review for this morning.
It's hard to find movies to watch with the family. They all go somewhere, They all go somewhere,
They all go somewhere. That's why we're family friendly. So no violence, no anything. You're tuned into the right place with your kids, everybody. It's Today in Nashville, your family friendly choice in the afternoon. We'll be right back. Don't go away.